Hey, what's up, everybody? Jason Emmett here from the Movie Mix. I figured I would go ahead and update you guys just in case you were chomping at the bit for the next Fast and Furious installment, because God knows we need more ridiculous in our lives. Now, the last one left us on such a cliffhanger, and yes, it is hard for me to talk about this with a straight face. What with the dam explosion, them driving down the side of that dam, and then there's water rushing in on Dom and his son Brian. Spoiler, I guess. What will they do? The first thing I want to say is that kid will have aged just a few years by the time this next movie comes out. Just want to state that. And I'm thinking that since Jason Momoa was in this and he's Aquaman, maybe we're going to see him turn into Aquaman and save them at the last second. God, you think that would be far-fetched, but it's really not at this point. Anyway, the original film, which I still thoroughly enjoy, that one came out in 2001 and saw Vin Diesel and Paul Walker join up for the first time. Over the years, they developed a brotherhood. One might say they became family. And then, unfortunately, we lost Paul Walker back in 2013. The film series continued on, writing his character into the background. Now, in the beginning, they were but humble thief and FBI agent, car racers, and Corona drinkers. But they would become international spies with an endless budget and incredible tech skills. Anyway, Vin Diesel just dropped a small teaser on what would have been Walker's 51st birthday, and it has us wondering if they're planning to bring back a certain character, only in a much bigger role than we have been given in the last few films. Now, how would they do this? Because we are obviously referring to Brian. I would assume they would do this via the magic of stand-ins with his brothers and computer-generated imaging. Now, Fast 11 is slated to be the final film in the franchise, and it's supposed to pick up where Fast X left off. Now, Vin Diesel's recent post on Instagram was a touching tribute to Paul Walker, stating, "Looking back a quarter century ago, I believe this was the moment we knew that our brotherhood was going to change Hollywood, that you and I meant something to the world. A multicultural brotherhood bond, not by blood, but by love." But then he went on to add this. "To think I just saw concept art for the next chapter. Brian, yeah, I will have to brace myself for this next film." So some people are asking if that comment is hinting at Brian's return. Of course, as I mentioned, his son's name is also Brian, but we did see Dial of Destiny recently, and that opening scene with the de-aged Harrison Ford looked pretty damn good. I understand de-aging is still using that actual actor, but Paul Walker's brother, Cody, he favors him quite a bit, and Cody has become an actor. Also, it's been a few years since we last really saw Brian, so he could look a little different. Now, Cody in real life is a bit younger than Paul Walker would have been. With just a little CGI help, it might be believable, and honestly, I think we'd all be okay with it. Now, originally, Fast 11 was set to hit theaters in April of 2025. I can say that will almost definitely not still be the case because they haven't finished wrapping. I don't even know where they're at as far as filming this goes. I know they are working on it, but I don't know where they're at. What we have heard are rumors that this one's going to be going back to the basics and that it's going to fall into a more similar vein of the earlier films. Personally, I hope so. I would love to see them go back that direction. There have been posts shared showing the OG cars like Brian's Supra, Dom's Charger, as well as a few additional cars like a Plymouth GTX and a Barracuda, which have been in other films, which would also imply more muscle and Euro cars instead of the flashy, high-priced international cars we've been seeing. Now, we don't yet know everyone who's going to be in the movie. We can assume the regulars. We know The Rock has agreed to come back as well. I suspect John Cena isn't going to really be dead, because nobody is. We do know that whether they stretch it to a two-part story, which has been rumored, or they just keep it to this one, that this will be the end of the franchise as it currently stands. And as I said, they are currently working on the film. We don't have any sort of official release date yet, and I don't know to what capacity, if they've started filming or if it's all pre-production. I don't know, but, we'll give you more as we hear it. And I want to know your guys' thoughts. Drop in the comments. How do you feel about the Fast and Furious movies? Are you going to go see? I'm going to see this one. I'm a completist. I'm going to see it, no matter how ridiculous the last one got. Let me know if you're going to go see it too. Do me a favor, hit like, hit share, and of course, slap that pedal down hard on the subscribe button. and then go back and watch the first Fast and Furious movie because it's a decent movie. And until next time, guys, stay awesome.